Well, hi there, everybody. Today I'm going to do a video of a what's for dinner kind of thing. My intention is to use more leftovers in second meals. So that's what this meal is. It's going to be a use it or lose it, and it's going to be a budget meal, pretty much a budget meal. I don't see anything here that was going to cost a whole lot. So it's going to feed a crowd too. So I'm going to pat it. You'll see. Oh, by the way, I'm Kendra. Welcome to my channel. I hope if you are new here, you'll feel welcome enough to say hello, make comments, let me know what you make for a budget meal. If you want to use leftovers in a meal, anything, just make a comment and get to know one another, So today's meal is going to be, because I made pork chops, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts a couple days ago. And I put the leftovers in the fridge where they would die. They would go to waste. So I had 3 pork chops. I've cut up most of them. I'm making pretty small diced pieces. And this is what's left. Of course, took out any bones because they had bones in them. And I'm going to make fried rice with it. It's going to be pork fried rice. And my family eats this until it is gone. You don't have to worry about this going to waste. Let me show you what I use. You can use anything, by the way, in fried rice that you want to use. Fried rice is something that people use to use leftovers, and whatever they have is fine. There's a base of a protein, typically. There's vegetables, there's eggs, and there's rice and flavors. So there you have that. Okay, I'm using, what I always use is jasmine rice for this. I like different kinds of rice for different things, but I like jasmine for this. So I'm going to use a good bit so that it goes really far. I'm going to make my rice in my Instant Pot. So easy. If you haven't done that, for me anyway, it's so easy. So my protein sources, I already said, pork chops left over. I'm going to use 5 eggs, just regular large size eggs. I'm going to use a whole, order of green onions. I obviously chop off the stems and the very tops where they might have some abuse, but I'm going to use the green and the white. Everyone here really likes the flavor of green onions. So then come around here, and this is the vegetables that I always use. Peppers, peas, started with a pea, peas and carrots, because those are small and they take no time at all to thaw. They're basically already cooked, and they warm up well over and over in the microwave if people want to use this for tomorrow's meal and the next day's meal if it doesn't get eaten. I like to use the Kikkoman less sodium soy sauce when I make mine, because soy sauce is so salty. It's just, there's no need for it, and you really don't miss it. But I'm not going to. Right now I have a glut of these things that you get when you order in Chinese food, and I have quite a bit of soy sauce in here. All kinds of sauce, actually, so I might mix it up. There's one. Premium soy sauce, and I know there are several in here. So I'll put this one away, and I'll just use out of this. This is another use it or lose it, because you don't want it to go bad. If you've got it and it was free, well, it wasn't free at first. You had to pay for it when you ordered in, but go ahead and use it, So I'm not going to keep you long for this video, but I want you to see my budget meal today. So I probably should mention, of course, if you're using pork, cut out the bones, but if you have fat in it, you can cut that away too, or if you have a little bit that looks like, gristle or something, you could use steak, you could use leftover pork chops, you could use leftover chicken, you can use seafood. Shrimp is delightful in this, but don't get the little ones because they're so tiny you can't really taste them. I've got pork under my nails. Okay, so I think that was all I needed to tell you. All right, I went through my bag that had all of the packets that I was given at ordering, Chinese. So I've got 3 of these double packs of gyoza and mandu, hot chili sauce and soy vinegar. So I'm not sure what those were intended for. They're a pretty color. Anyway, I've got 3 of those, and I've got a whole bunch of Chinese hot mustard. I'm not using either one of these. I've got one lonely sriracha chili sauce, won't use that. bunch of sweet and sour. I was thinking about maybe getting something else out of the fridge, some meat thing, and covering it in sweet and sour. Like, I was actually thinking salmon, but I probably won't. Anyway, to that end, here's the soy sauce. I've got 7 of these. If I don't have enough to make my rice the color that I'd like it to be, I'll go ahead and add some of this. But I do want to use this up. All right, I have my 5 eggs. I'm gonna beat them up. I put some canola oil because that's what I had, and I think it has a higher smoke temp for the fried rice. I'm not positive about that. You might know more about that than I do. Anyway, I've got the oil here in the pan, nice and hot. I'm gonna add the eggs and get them going. Here we go. And I will turn this down some because I don't want them to get dark, but I do want them to cook some. And so I'll just do this until, you know, I can have semi-softs. They're going to cook more as I add things to them, I'm sure. So I'm sure because I've done this 100 times. When you get confident doing something, though, is when you forget things. I do that all the time. I can't tell you how many times I've served hamburgers with, you know, the fixins, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and all of that. When my boys were little, I would, you know, make their plates for them. So many times, it got to be a family joke. Are we on a diet? Because I would forget to put the hamburger in it. I mean, I would have it. I would just fix them a plate of all of the fixins that go on a hamburger and set it down in front of them. So, anyhow, I'll try to remember everything this time. Getting there, the only seasoning I used in this was some onion powder, just to give those eggs something. They don't need salt because I don't like a lot of salt in my food, and we can always salt at the table. I blow up like a beluga. This is just about ready to set aside and go on to the next step. All right, I've got the chopped up leftover pork chops and that entire bag of the peas and carrots here that I got out of my freezer. And I had them on the counter for probably, I don't know, an hour and a half or so. So they're not totally frozen, but they're not mushy yet either. I don't want them to be mushy. They'll cook fine with all of the ingredients. And I'll turn this down just a little bit. I've got my eggs are in a bowl waiting, and I'm doing my scallions or green onions, whatever you want to call them. And this is my favorite part. I love the flavor of scallions in my fried rice. I can't ever have enough onion in that. We got dumped on last night with snow, and I put a reel to music on my Facebook page, and my Facebook page is Kendra Woody Machen if you're interested. Just the pictures of the front and back last night and this morning. It's almost gone now. It was amazing because they told us, well, it's been mostly rain, and it's going to be no big deal. Don't worry about it. And I said to my daughter when she was here for dinner last night, I go, we're going to have snow. And she argued with me, and she argued with me. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, she woke Patience up, and they were both out there playing in it because it was big and fluffy and fresh and, you know, not wet at all. And boy, is it wet now. So, who needs to make banana nut bread? I hate making banana nut bread. I really do. I'd rather bake just about anything than banana nut bread, but I may. Who knows? All right, so this is just going to hang out here for a while. I may put a little soy sauce in this. Mostly I just like to put it in the rice and then add the soy sauce rice to the dish. But, oh, man overboard. Dog will get that. Ooh, it's pork chop too. All right. So they had a late start for the biggest employer, I think it is, in the area, the Navy shipyards and Navy nuclear facilities and all of those. They all were supposed to go in, I think, a couple hours late. And then school was a couple hours late. And then they decided, yeah, that power's not going to come back on because it's too widespread. So no school today for anybody. So Donna, who works at the shipyard, my daughter, and Patience both had a day off. And it's good because they were out in the snow at 2 o'clock in the morning. She's so funny. I was like that when I was younger too. Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say one more thing. Oh, we had no power from 2 a.m. until I think it was just about 4:30 when it came back on. Thankfully, we have a generator, so it powers the house. I was able to do what I needed to do. Mostly, I like to have the TV on so there's some noise because there's nobody else here. I like to do laundry. Oh yes, I love that. I did some dishes. You know, it's just really handy to have that. We didn't have that for the 20 years we were in the other house. We had one of those little ones that we put on the back deck and filled it with gasoline. And this one's actually propane run, so it's got its own propane tank that gets filled by the propane company. I think I'm gonna, what did I say I was gonna put in here? Oh yeah, some soy sauce. Did I? Let me sniff this. I don't remember. I don't think I did. I was talking too much. I just went out to the freezer and look what I found. Just a small package of cooked shrimp, tail off, peeled and deveined large. So it's already cooked, already cleaned. How much is in here? 12 ounces. So, you know, just enough. I'm going to go ahead and run these under cold water so they're not frozen and add them to that pork and vegetables, which I'm going to turn off right now just so it doesn't overcook. And I found some Pilgrim's crispy chicken strips. I'm going to cut these into chunks and pour orange sauce all over them and call them orange chicken. We're going to have fried rice with orange chicken and probably broccoli. Dinner. That's all she wrote. I switched over to a larger pan because we're starting to add things all together now. I've got, you saw in the frying pan, it had the pork and the shrimp and the peas and the carrots, and now I've added the eggs. And I'm just going to leave this all together until I have the rice done. Oh wait, I need to add the onions, don't I? Well, I'm gonna turn these on low and see if I can get these shrimpies to warm up just a little bit. It is 5:17, so they'll be rolling in soon. Oh, you know what? It's No Cook Thursday. I kid you not. Is it really? It's No Cook Thursday. I've done it again. Okay. They'll eat this, though. They will for days, and I will certainly eat it. So it doesn't have to be done at any certain time, but it's on low so that I can get it all warmed up together. Put the lid on it and walk away for a while. Then I'll put in the green onions when it's warmed up. Because those shrimp were frozen, even though I ran them under cold water. I cut open all of the little things that I got from the to-go bags, you know, and I put them in here. And so that's probably going to be more than enough. Not even more than enough. It'd be about right. If it's not, like I said, here it is. So this other stuff is in the pan, getting to know one another. Rice in this Instant Pot, and I think that's, oh, I need to cook this chicken and put the sauce on it, so I'll do that next. So here they are in the Instant Pot, so 2, 4, 6, 7-ish pieces, and they're pretty big pieces. I've never bought this brand before. I don't remember buying it. Chances are I got these at Grocery Outlet, where they have things that sometimes I don't recognize, but sometimes it's fabulous. So, Grocery Outlet for the win on this orange chicken. I have orange sauce in the pantry. So I'm going to air fry them. Here's another plot twist. I have no orange sauce. It's one of those things I keep, and I didn't write down when I used the last of it. So, teriyaki chicken with some pineapple rings it is. And I won't cut those into smaller pieces, I don't think. I don't know, we'll see. You all are gonna think I'm nuts, but I just opened up my refrigerator door and saw sweet and sour dipping sauce, and it's open, and I want to use it before I open the other. So, again, we're changing our minds here. Sweet and sour dipping chicken. All right, I just put the onions in. I'm gonna turn the heat off and cover this, and that'll be fine for cooking with the onions. All right, the fried rice is done. Yummy, yummy. And, whoa, do not fall. The orange chicken it was already done when I put it in this pan. I just sauced it so it'd stay warm. There's pineapple rings. I did not make broccoli. I actually forgot. I'm forgetting a lot. And so here's my bowl. I'm gonna go watch the news and try to be at peace with myself. If you liked anything you saw, I hope you consider subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.